Hello, and welcome back to Irwin Zoo. Welcome back to our lovely crocodiles. Our lovely little Sheila is in the reeds over here. Oops, nope, don't click on that. Click on, okay, well, she's being a very good crocodile. And she is hiding in the reeds. A very good baby crocodile, I should say. And hiding in the reeds to make sure that she is not attacked. And look at this. People are using our little tables. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Look at that. They're using our big old table. That is a lot of kids. They need the bathroom. Yeah, I really do need to get a toilet in here, which is what I think we are going to do today. Well, sort of indirectly, I guess. We are, I think, going to put the framework down for our little reptile house, which is going to involve a lot of buying these enclosures, which are very expensive. But first things first, we need a path. I really am a sucker for this natural path, but maybe we want to put down like some wood chips or something? I don't know. We may go around and change some of the paths out, but for now, we are going to start, I think, by just sort of putting down a nice little straight path, kind of like this. Maybe we'll curve it a little bit. I'm trying to think future-proof, so we might also be able to get a second row kind of over there. But we also might now be too close to to this. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. Let's go ahead and take a look at our these guys. I don't want all of that. Can I fit it here? You know, I kind of can. But I think that we might get rid of some of these paths. Because I want to fit like 3, I think. But maybe we'll fit 3 like, yeah, and yeah, kind of a thing. Yeah, maybe we'll do some of that. So we'll get it nice and close over here. And I don't want them to be a group. So then we'll try and line this guy up with his brother. And pop him right over there. Come on. And we're going to get rid of this path since people shouldn't really be able to use that. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then we're going to need to move these guys over as well. So we will do that in a second, I think. But let's also think about some other stuff. Let's see. There's a lot of exhibit animals, and you may notice a few new exhibit animals that maybe you haven't seen before, as well as a couple of things that we had not talked about. But maybe we'll worry about the giant cockroaches when we get an insect house. I don't know. But I figured we would just select all of the snakes, plus a few of the reptiles, like the Gila monster, the eastern blue-tongued lizard, which is a native and is a new addition for us. I think it's the death adder is actually native to Australia too, which I didn't know. Yeah, so I'm thinking we'll try and fit like 9-ish. So it won't be all of these probably, but it'll be a combination of snakes and other reptiles. So let's think about some paths as well. So I want our paths to be able to come out from either side as well. So we'll be able to go sideways into the different exhibits, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll see if it works. So we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to move these guys. And I don't want to edit them as a group. I want them to free move. And we are going to line them up as best we can with the road, the path. I guess it's not a road. And get them nice and close there. Perfect. And now we can put a bathroom over here. And we also will go ahead and we will move our little info kiosks. So we'll put that guy there. We'll grab our other one as well. And maybe we'll stick it over here. And it can be about something else later. Uh-oh. The animal is thirsty. Why? Well, let's go ahead and call the keeper and see if they can't figure out what's up with our animals. We also should think about... that's good to know. Yeah, just look how hot it is everywhere. Water, electricity. Okay, so that is still all in the main electricity thing. That is good to know. Oh good, and our negative impact on our guests is not hitting them. That's also very important. Cool. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if I've ever looked at this before. They need the bathroom really badly. Oh, and I think our keeper just gave a talk. Well, let's go ahead and give them a bathroom then, really quick. Since our people seem to be rather desperate for the bathroom. And let's see if we can actually now... what do I want toilets. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's crazy. That is not what we need right now. I wonder if there is now... Let's see, we can do a nice classic toilet, which I might do. Oh, I bet I have to research it, don't I? Let's just go for a big old classic toilet. We'll go ahead and stick it over here. And there we go. Now our guests can have a bathroom. And we might want to move. Oh my god, look at them run for the bathroom. That's so funny. We might end up moving. I think we're going to probably end up redoing this whole kind of area. Wow, that was a lot of money to spend all at once. Wow, I love this. This is so cute. We should have put that down. Oh, man. What I was starting to say... Oh, man, our animals are low on welfare. Where... Oh, there we go. Okay, our keeper must have just gotten to them. Oh, good. Okay. I have been busy behind the scenes. And I am planning, or I have already done a bit of acquiring of some things. You may notice we have something new for our mechanic to research. So we're going to just let him work on that, I think. We don't know anything new for our vet, but I did grab, let's see, we have the yellow anaconda, a boa constrictor that we can work on. And then, did I grab any species? Did I grab a new animal? I did grab a new animal. That's what I thought. So we're going to go ahead and look at the new animal that I grabbed behind the scenes that I think we might start to work with here pretty soon, if I can read. The Nile Monitor. So it's just another reptile. There was a couple of really good quality, really cheap animals, so I just kind of grabbed them. Yeah. So I think we will try and add the Nile Monitor in. I definitely think that I want to move forward with splitting up this exhibit and making it sort of like a trio crocodile exhibit. Yeah. And we may make like a whole walkway that goes all the way around the center. Or we may just stick to two. And then we may stick a couple more habitats for like gharials and American alligators when we get those guys and that sort of a thing. I want to have sort of a reptile section, and I think the reptile section is probably going to be sort of this area here, this like big sort of open space, since the reptiles don't need a whole lot of diversity necessarily in their landscape. So we'll have like the crocodiles, and then we'll have like alligators and gharials and caimans, and then like these Nile monitors and the Komodo dragons. I feel like those are the main ones we're looking at. I've also gone ahead and picked out the animals I think we'll look at. We might look at some of the giant tortoises, like the Aldabra or the Galapagos giant tortoise, small-clawed otters eventually, camels, capybara, dingoes, gharial I think will be soon, Komodo dragon, obviously got to get kangaroos, cassowary, caiman. So yeah, it'll be like the gharial, eventually the caiman, eventually the alligator, the monitor, the Komodo, because I don't think they need a ton of space, but let's go ahead and look at it. So let's see, the Aldabra tortoise is one that we might do, doesn't need a ton of space. What else do we have for reptiles? Let's see, big reptiles at least. Not the little exhibit animals. The Galapagos tortoise, very similar, also doesn't need a whole lot of space. It's too bad you can't put them together. The gharial doesn't need too much space, about the same as the crocodile. The crocodile really doesn't need a ton either. Let's see. What else? The Komodo dragon. The Komodo dragon needs a fair amount of space, but that's all right. We do have quite a bit out here. The Nile Monitor does not need a ton of space. It does want some water, though. And are we missing anything? We already did the saltwater crocodile. And the spectacled caiman also doesn't need a ton of space. But I think we might put the caiman a little bit more this direction, maybe. I think we might try our hand at another little shopping plaza, because I want to make sure that our guests are taken care of as well. So maybe we will think about upgrading the crocodile habitat and making sort of like a little trio habitat here in a minute. Ooh, it looks like we just completed a challenge. What did we do? Oh, we got the Eastern Brown Snake Education up to 4. Awesome. Our info center is, looks like it's getting pretty close to being able to hit the profits that we need. And we do actually have another habitat species. We just have to put them in. So what we may do is we may just make them a new habitat. And work with the crocodiles, like give ourselves some constraints on the crocodiles. So we may just, let's see, if we go ahead and continue, is this a little bit smaller actually? I think that might be a touch smaller than our original path, yeah. So I think if we just sort of try and think about how much space these guys seem to be needing, and just sort of, this will probably be good for another, it's probably more than enough, and then another habitat sort of over here. Then we can think about doing a sort of, oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, how do I want to think about this? Let's go ahead and do like 1 or 2 more, and then we can sort of think about like a nice big plaza-y, oops, kind of a thing. It's going to be a little bit wibbly, but you know, I think that's fine. I have an idea for what I want to do with this sort of section of the zoo, so maybe we'll leave this to be a pathway, or maybe we'll just stick a little habitat, like a little enclosure over here. I don't know. I haven't quite decided how exactly I want it all lined up, but let's go ahead and see what we can do for like a big old sorta shopping plaza kind of a thing. So I think maybe if we do something like this, and maybe something kind of like this, and maybe we can even do a little like crossover here, and maybe a little crossover like right there, so we can have like tables and stuff, and we hopefully can fit some shops in the sort of central area. Yeah, and then we can think about some crocodile habitats over here, as well as expanding into, like I said, gharial caiman, or gharial and alligator maybe over here. I do think that I want to maybe like circle or almost completely circle the little crocodile area, so people can really get a good view of them. But other than that, yeah, so maybe we'll sort of make plans for this to think about this as a crocodile area. We might also, this actually is starting to feel a little bit big, so what we might do is take the path from like here and make sort of an inward kind of a, like cut in like here-ish and wrap around. We'll have to probably move our little shopping village, maybe put up a fence. Our little keeper village over here, maybe put up a fence. I also probably should think about hiring another keeper. And, you know, while we're just like completely bouncing off the walls, why don't we think about putting our boa constrictor into this habitat, so that they're not just sitting in our trade center and we can actually have people enjoying some of our animals. So let's go ahead and check on them. We've actually got them fully researched, it looks like. So this is what I was talking about with their temperature and humidity, so we'll go ahead and make sure that it is in a safe range for them. So it's 29 degrees Celsius, which is the perfect temperature. It is 70% humidity, which is great. Apparently we have them fully researched already, which means we can just fill their habitat up with tropical plants. Maybe we'll take that one out so people can see them a little bit better. We can give them lots of branches that they can climb on, since boa constrictors do enjoy climbing on trees, and we'll give them some little basking lights so to make sure that they can thermoregulate properly. As well as, where is it? Customize. Which window is it? So we'll close that window, and not that window, and that window, and for now we'll close up all three sides other than the front. Like I said, I think we're going to try and see if we can make side views work. We shall see. But for now, we'll go ahead and we'll give them, let's see. We'll give them, I really love the little 3D facades. So we'll go ahead and give them a little 3D facade on the back. And, oops, that's the wrong window. We'll give them the 2D facade on the sides, because I really like the little facades. Water customization. What? I didn't realize that there was water. Let's see. So we can make it just like really, really blue. It doesn't seem like it's making that much of a difference. Maybe we need to be like in it. We are in the thick of it now. Oh, I see. We didn't apply it yet. I see. So let's go ahead and look at like some light blue. Or let's do something really crazy just to see if it makes a difference. It doesn't. I don't even really see it. So I don't know if it's too transparent or not transparent enough. But we'll just go ahead and we'll use the natural color, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. There we go. Now the boa habitat is looking nice and good. I don't know what's going on with the water, but, you know. Oh, finances. Oh, that's just how much it costs to run it, I guess. I wonder if you can put a donation thing in. Have at least 5,000 guests in the zoo. Okay, we'll try. There's a VIP. Let's go find him and say hello. And they have a, what is that? Like a kangaroo hat, maybe? Oh, did they change the hats because now I have a negative profit? Is it because of the cost of having, there's a red crown craned hat now. I think that's new. Is it because of the cost of having a person, a staff member? I wonder. I don't know. I certainly do not know. Let's see. Okay, I guess let's maybe see about futzing with some paths, maybe. So we're gonna make our paths nice and small. And I wonder if what I can do is, now let's make it big again. And yeah, there we go. So now guests should be able to come in and look at these. So we should open the window and take away the facade. There we go. I didn't realize that those were independent of each other. I thought that they were kind of the same. Like the facade was on the window. I don't know. I guess that's incorrect. Alright, so we'll take the facade off of that guy as well, and we'll give our lovely guests another angle of, oh, it looks like our snakes may have bred again. We can, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. We can actually find out if that is true. We have a bunch of animals now. Yeah. So in the exhibit we have this guy. Oh, that's our breeding male, isn't it? That's our breeding pair there. And then these are our babies. So we've already got some really high quality snakes that once this current breeding pair passes away, we will swap over. So we'll just go ahead and quick trade out these snakes and get like 2,000 bucks for it, which is really handy. It's another good reason to get exhibit animals going pretty early because especially some of the easier to breed animals, they breed and you can sell them and you can get money for it, which is really, really handy. Yeah, so I think that our little reptile house is definitely going to work. We're gonna need, oh, it's March, it's time for the keeper talk. That's very exciting. We're definitely gonna need a lot of money to get all of the boxes, all of the exhibit boxes that I want to get, but we should definitely be naming them so it's easier to keep track of. So this is boa constrictor, and once we have a little bit more have a bit better handle on everything and have a few more animals to worry about, we will probably start putting our exhibit animals on contraceptives so that they're not breeding constantly, because they will get unhappy if their exhibit is too full of people or snakes or what have you. So we'll go ahead and, in preparation, we'll do that. And we may even do that. And actually, it will probably end up... I'll go ahead and extend this guy one more, because it'll probably end up... I want this whole thing eventually to be covered. I want it to be like a building, sort of. And it's going to be really big, and that's okay. But I want it to be a building, and the idea, I think, is that we'll have one more habitat, and then the building will kind of end over here. And we'll have like this big square kind of building, oddly shaped. And then this will come out, and it can connect up over here with some things. And then I think also where this little stand of trees is, I want to put kangaroos and koalas and have a big habitat for them over here where they can be nice and happy. So maybe we will think about putting the Nile Monitor. Wow, that is such a mouthful. Maybe we'll think about putting them sort of over here. Just so that there's something here, or maybe we'll put some little, just like, we'll have this walkway be kind of decorated with, well, decorations, and little, like, benches and stuff, and cute places. Maybe we'll put another one of these seating benches over here, an animal talk point seating. Maybe we'll do some of that. I want to have lots of different stuff. How old is our little Sheila? She's about 2 years old, so we've got some time, I believe. Because if I remember correctly, they don't reach maturity until like 15. 14, yeah. Okay, so Sheila's got a couple of years where she can stay with her family, and we don't have to worry about expanding just yet. Oh, and awesome! We got some more mechanical research done. Excellent, excellent. We can start putting Australian things in pretty soon. But speaking of, we should probably take a look at our staff. Our keeper here is feeling a bit overworked, which is fair. There's a lot of animals, and now our reptiles are having a... They're farther away now from our little keeper station. So I think eventually we will have a keeper dedicated to our reptiles, but for right now, I think we'll just hire a second keeper, maybe. Let's take a look at our finances real quick before I make any rash decisions. Okay, we're making a good amount more, so I think we'll go ahead and hire a second keeper. And I don't know why our educator is so overworked, but maybe we'll hire a second educator. Eventually, I think I'm going to want to have like 3, have each one of them do one of the animal talks around 3 crocodile exhibits. Our shopkeepers are doing a little bit better. I want to keep training them up so that they can handle the work a little bit better. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll train up our keeper. Our vet is doing really good now that she doesn't have research to do. We'll train up our educator and see how our educator is doing. We'll just train up everybody, honestly. Even our security guard. I think it's important to keep training your staff. And our janitor. Our janitor is doing pretty good. But I think what we will do is, I think we're going to make a work zone. And we're going to start preparing to expand the zoo. So we're going to call this zoo entrance, maybe. Yeah, and for right now it's going to cover all of these guys, but they're going to get their own work zone eventually. It's going to cover all of the shops here in the zoo entrance. It's going to cover the literal entrance itself. It's going to cover all of the staff buildings. And it's also going to cover our little crocodile area. Oh, and this guy. Perfect. Yeah, so that's going to cover everything, and we're going to assign all of our current staff to this area. So, let's see. We're going to go ahead and grab all of our staff members. There has got to be... Is that really how many? Alright, and then we're gonna assign them to work zone 1, which we did not apparently name. Zoo entrance. That's not trance. There we go. I think that's right. I can't spell. And then our vendors are, I guess, assigned to our shops. Yeah, I guess they each came in with a vendor, and then in here I think we have, yeah, the 2 spare vendors who will, in theory, bounce around, hopefully. I don't actually know if that's how it works, but hopefully they will bounce around and help whenever our staff go on break, so that we can hopefully keep our stuff open more often than not. Let's see. What do we want to do? Maybe we'll just start throwing some like decorations and stuff around. Or whoa, what is that? African nature scene. Or maybe we'll start prepping the crocodile area. We may have to kind of do it sort of sneakily, since our crocodiles currently are enjoying this section of their habitat. Or maybe we can sneakily do it the other way? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I wonder, we might also leave a little pathway. So what we may end up doing... Where is the glass? Here we go. So what we may end up doing is, for the other crocodile habitat, we may... let's see. Let's see. Where's a good... Like here probably is a good splitting point. There we go. Cool. So we may end up making kind of a inner walkway kind of a thing. So that we can put our doors sort of interior, and then our keepers won't have to, we won't have to worry too much about doors for guests. So actually, let's go ahead and redo this a little bit. Yeah, here we go, here we go. And probably think about like here maybe, and then these are going to be kind of strangely shaped, and we can go and refine them a little bit more. Whoops, I don't want concrete, I want, ooh, oh god, I put a concrete block down. Alright, so go ahead and attach this guy, and then come out here. And I love the way this like unfolds. I find that very funny. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and connect it up over here. And then gradually we will adjust. So we'll go ahead and smooth some of this out a little bit. Including, we'll probably finagle that a little bit. And that way we can have a door in here, and a door in here, and a door in here. And we'll probably put like a little gate or something, and then it's a little bit further away from the keeper stuff, but maybe we'll move it. Or maybe we'll just make our poor zookeeper suffer. Maybe we will just sort of scoot it over to like here, rather than having it in that corner. And we won't, we'll just do this sort of semicircular kind of a thing, rather than trying to go all the way around the crocodile habitats. Let's go ahead and make sure that there's plenty of room for our other crocodile. Want to make sure that the habitats end up being more or less even, so that we have plenty of room. And I don't know what particular crocodiles we will keep in the third habitat. Maybe if we can get an albino or a leucistic crocodile. If you're not familiar, leucism is sort of similar to albinism. It causes sort of white pigmentation. However, I don't remember the exact science of it. I would have to double check. Oh god, don't want the whole fence to go away. Maybe we can get away with leaving the exhibit as is. This one, depending on how big this guy is. It is not quite albino. They're not entirely white. They can still produce pigment, just not as much. So they won't have the red eyes that an albino would have, but they will still be a lighter pigment. I wonder why the barrier is so low. Oh, probably because this barrier is really low. Yeah. Let's go ahead and request the mechanic urgently, and then he's been too busy researching for me, so we'll go ahead and pop him out so he can go inspect our crocodile habitat real quick. And then let's see. We need to know how big it is. So it's 800 square meters of land area for this one, and this one is also about 800 square meters of land area. Perfect. So they only need, I think, 200 or 300 of land, and then the rest needs to be water. So we will go ahead and we will give them mostly water. This is also a good way to help us get our money back up. Let's see, we'll give them a nice bit of... Whoa. The train tool is definitely interesting. Oh, I almost forgot. The other thing that I want to do... the game does not seem to like the terrain tool very much. We'll just have to be careful with that. That's definitely not enough. There we go. Let's see how that is. The other thing that I definitely want to do is I want to change some of the barriers, actually. 300 square meters of land, or of water, 500 of land. It's actually, I'm surprised at how much land it still is. Let's go ahead and look at the specifics again. Oh yeah, the game is unhappy. The game is very unhappy. Let's look at, we need a pair. So they need 315, so yeah. This would be on the low end. Does it say how many babies they can have? They can have up to 4. So let's just... maxed out, it would need... I'd basically need to flip-flop it. So, alright. We'll go ahead and get back to that. So I need to remove the water. We're probably going to need to put a water pump in here. But one thing at a time, because I get distracted very easily, as I'm sure you've noticed. So we'll go ahead and do some of that, and let's see. Let's get this back corner and give that to them as water. Because we don't need to be in that area, really. What I also... Come on, turn the camera. There we go. I also wonder about... we might try and experiment a little bit with the underwater viewing, but I might also worry about that for some other animals, because the crocodiles don't really necessarily want deep water. Let's see. That seems like a good lot of water. I don't need that. That was a misclick. But let's see what it actually is, because it's never what I think it is. 500. So that's probably okay, she says as her voice quavers. But just in case our crocodiles miraculously have 8 million babies, let's go ahead and see if we can't Oh, you know what? Actually, let's see if we can do something kind of interesting, maybe. I may have to select it. There we go. Let's actually remove this barrier entirely for right now. No, not paths, terrain. And then let's go ahead and flatten out this whole area. Putting a barrier back in may be difficult, so we'll have to fiddle with it. Oh my goodness. I'll give them, I don't know. And we'll go ahead and get started on this habitat too, since this habitat's going to need lots and lots of water as well. Just got to make sure that the keepers can get where they need to. I don't know if the keepers can cross water, so like if we put enrichment items over here, I don't know that our keepers will be able to access them. But let's go ahead and slap some water in. Uh-oh. Oh man, the game may not be very happy with me right now. Let's see if we can put the fence back. I don't know that we'll be able to, honestly. Add from here. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. I'm pretty sure it's not what I wanted. No. Oh, I didn't want to add another point. Oh, man. Okay. I'm just making a mess of it. Okay. Okay. Here. Yes. Yes. Okay. I actually, again, I have defeated the purpose of what I was trying to do. Great. So I actually want to make this particular barrier concrete if I can. Oh man. This is proving to be more difficult than anticipated. I thought you could change edit barrier. I thought you could just like replace. There we go. Okay, so maybe I just had to do it this way. Here we go. Okay, so yes. So, sorry. Now that I've figured out how to do what I'm trying to do, I am going to replace some of the barriers with concrete. Not because the crocodiles necessarily need it, but actually more for the crocodile's safety. So in real life, crocodiles are incredibly, incredibly territorial. I don't know if this is a behavior that they would display in the game in the way that I am concerned about it. Our crocodile's about to mate again. She's expecting offspring. Oh my gosh, look at them go. It has been 2 years since her last baby was born, so that does mean that she is ready to breed again, and she promptly went to the bathroom afterwards. Her baby's in here somewhere. We might look into moving the baby out sooner rather than later, but for right now, one thing at a time. So crocodiles in the real world are incredibly, incredibly territorial. They will jealously guard their territory from any other crocodiles, especially males guarding against other males and females guarding their eggs and nests. I feel like this is so much water, but I mean, that is what crocodiles like. Anyway, so in real life zoos, zoos that have multiple crocodiles, actually, the crocodiles will notice each other across different, like, habitats, and they'll, like, hear each other making territorial calls and territorial posturing and stuff like that. And it actually can cause them to become very aggressive. So it's usually important to have some kind of a visual barrier in between different crocodile habitats, so that the crocodiles themselves are not noticing each other. Well, that's just actually a horrible place to put that. I'm just trying to see if I can creep out a little bit more distance by just, like, sort of pushing the fence over a little bit, which I think should be doable. So we're going to sort of simulate the way that real life zoos do this by just having solid barriers in between our crocodiles so that they're not at least able to see each other, and they won't try and attack the fence to get at each other, even though, again, I don't think this is necessarily a behavior that they display in the game. So let's also go ahead and get a little bit more water here for our next crocodile area. So yeah, again, I don't know that that's something that they necessarily do in the game, but we're trying to sort of simulate real life as much as we can. So yeah, I think that that's a good way to do it. And yeah, we can always make some adjustments to their habitat as we go, and once we actually get real crocodiles living there, oh goodness, then we can make adjustments if they end up having lots of offspring and they need more water or more space. We can try and grow their habitats a little bit. It'll be kind of hard to grow our little corner guy, but you know, we might do the original plan and sort of steal some of the territory here. Maybe we can try and creep over a little bit, maybe even steal some of the water. We'll see if it'll let me move the barrier this way. Oh yeah, it looks like it will. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll sort of creep into this exhibit space a little bit and steal some of their plants in their area. Unfortunately, our female crocodile over here who just mated is sort of hanging out in this area, so over time we may encroach a little bit more. But yeah, that should give us a pretty good start at the very least. And now we need to make sure that our keepers and our mechanics and our vets can actually access this area. Oh, and I want it to be a keeper path. Please and thank you. Yeah. And we will go ahead and sort of finesse the rest of the exhibit once we get animals in them. It's going to be kind of a boring spot in the zoo for now, but we will grow it as needed. And like I said, we may end up moving Sheila over a little bit sooner, so that we've got something going on in our other area. And I think we'll probably end up relocating a lot of our sort of like administration block over here. Oh my god, she's already having more babies. You're not going to have them in the water, I hope. Oh, look at those lovely reeds. Oh gosh. We'll just follow her around, I guess, and see if she's gonna have her babies anytime soon. We'll see if she has any more this time. Oh, she's figuring it out. We might also stick like our Nile monitors in one of the crocodile habitats for now, unless some of these babies are just like really cute. Or we may leave one of the habitats to be a baby habitat. Or maybe we'll buy a different patterned crocodile. Like these ones are green, I think, but there are also crocodiles that are more gray and crocodiles that are more yellow. Not social. What am I looking for? Yeah, she's gray-scaled with dark markings, whereas her mate, Sipta, is, let's see, yellowish gray-scaled with dark markings, so maybe we'll try and get more of like a green crocodile, unless she just gives birth to one on her own. We might try and pick up a leucistic or an albino crocodile just to be a little bit different. Let's see, is it baby time? Usually the animals do little lay down animations to give birth. This seems promising. She's had her offspring. Oh, there's one. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see, another little female. She is quite happy with her environment and her enrichment. She is green-gray scaled. There you go. Her size is medium, her longevity is medium, her fertility and her immunity, however, are really high. And so we can actually go into our animal tab here. Our snakes had babies again. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Oh man, they had babies, they had snakes. They had babies a long time ago. And our python had babies too. Okay, so let's go ahead and quick trade out, sorry, not our python, our boa constrictor. Let's go ahead and trade out the eastern brown snakes, and this is a really high female boa constrictor, so we'll go ahead and put her in the trade center so that when our current pair dies, then we'll have a new animal that we can put in their place. And now let's take a look at, we have Sheila and we have her sister now, Merpati. So and we can look at we can compare their genetics. So Sheila has good longevity and fertility, but medium size and immunity, and she is gray-scaled, whereas her sister is medium-sized, medium length, or medium lifespan, with high fertility and good immunity, and is green-gray scaled. So both of them are good, and I think they're even, like, they're better, they're higher quality than their dad, but not as good as their mother, which their mother is very high quality, so it's not terribly surprising. So we may end up putting some of them into other areas. We may look for mates for them, try and find some genetic diversity to put into the zoo so that they're not obviously breeding with their brothers. Now that we've had 2 female baby crocodiles, it might be worth looking for a male saltwater crocodile, so we may just take a peek at any handsome male saltwater crocodiles. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, it looks like there is not a lot. Looks like there's 1 female saltwater crocodile. Oh no, here we go. I just didn't look. We have a male who's pretty low quality, who is available. A pretty low quality kangaroo too. So he's the only male available right now, but that's okay. Our babies are nowhere near grown enough to be having mates just yet. Yeah, that feels pretty good. We're definitely going to have to work on these areas here, the 2 new crocodile areas, as well as the, maybe I'll connect these, that'll be fun. As well as the new guest area that we're going to be working on over here. Definitely want to make sure that they have everything that they need. I think we're going to need to find a spot for the Nile Monitors, but I'm kind of impatient, so we may stick the Nile Monitors over here. This is going to be way more space than they need even, but I also want to keep working on our little reptile house, so we may kind of be bouncing back and forth a little bit. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to do. And this area still, I think, is in need of some serious love. So we may look at what we can do to sort of redesign this area. In fact, if you're watching this episode when it comes out, it is going to be far too late, but recording this episode on the day that it is today now when I am recording it, in a few days' time, I think that I am actually going to do a live stream of Planet Zoo. I haven't done live streams before, so I don't have a current preference on Twitch versus YouTube, so I may play around a little bit with that and see how it feels. It'll be my first live stream, so it'll probably be pretty choppy, but a lot of the like fine detail work and stuff, it probably isn't the most interesting thing to do in a video. In a video, we would rather like build an exhibit, put animals in, make big changes, as opposed to like carefully, precisely trying to reorganize things and make them look nicer. So I think I'm going to do a live stream in, again, a couple days from when I am currently recording this. It will have been weeks ago probably by the time this episode actually comes out. And my main focus, I think, is going to be that I want to work on this entrance area. It feels really... I had ideas. My ideas were actually to do sort of like what we've got over here. I just didn't execute them very well on the first go. I'm going to throw our mechanic into doing some research as well real quick, because I do really want to get the Australia stuff unlocked so that we can start decorating with it. I wanted to do sort of a plaza-y kind of thing, but it became just trying frantically to get everything built, basically, so that we could start making money and open the zoo. So I definitely think that a refresh of the zoo entrance, I think that these guys may end up moving to the other plaza. I think I'm going to try and do less over here. Definitely keep the info stand, definitely keep the bathrooms, probably keep some food and drink, maybe these guys, I don't know. But sort of redress how this area is. Maybe put even a second info stand, I don't know. And work on the reptile house. If I can get to it, I'd love to start building the structure of it, but I think what's going to be more important is going to be getting the enclosures in place at least, so that I can structure the paths and whatnot. So all of that is going to be very fiddly work. So yeah, I'm going to do a stream in a couple days' time. Again, many weeks since. It'll have been weeks ago by the time you are actually watching this, but I'm going to do a stream and try and tidy up this area here, I think, and work on the reptile house. I won't do anything too big. I might move the baby crocodiles out if they get too old, but I'll try not to do too much. Might sort of mess with the administration block, but otherwise gonna try and keep it to just sort of decorative things and trying to make the zoo look a little bit better now that we've got profit happening and we can actually build things and try and make the zoo look nicer. So yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Twitch or YouTube just yet, or if I'm going to try them both. I will try and put the archive up on the YouTube channel for sure, even if I do stream on Twitch, so that you guys can see it if you can't catch it live, and you'll be able to at least see what we did and stuff like that. But yeah, if it's on the YouTube channel, it's on the YouTube channel and it's easy to find. If it's not, it'll be on Twitch, probably under KithriQuest, or something similar to that. I have not looked at my Twitch channel in a very long time, so I've got a lot I need to sort out. But yeah, be sure to come in for the next episode, regardless of how the streaming goes. The zoo will look very different next time you see it in an episode if you don't make it to the stream. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do to shape up this entranceway and make it look a little bit better for our guests. Yeah. If you have suggestions, let me know what you would like to see next. If there are animals that we didn't look at that you would like to get added to the zoo, I'm all ears. We're going to start with Australian animals, obviously, or animals that I know are in Australia Zoo. But from there, we can kind of expand whatever we want. And there's a lot of really cool natural land features, like these little plateaus and cliff sides and caves and dips for water and stuff like that. So there's lots that we can explore. And definitely, if you have a name suggestion for our little baby merpati, our little female crocodile, I would love to have your name suggestions, because I'm really bad at naming things. And I don't, if I name them, they'll have really stupid names. So definitely give me your suggestions. yeah, what should we name her? Otherwise, take care, and until next time, bye-bye.